Welcome back to If These Old Beasts Could Talk. Now, I hinted to you in a short, or at least I haven't yet, I will soon, that, I was going to teach you how to gamble without losing. And right here are the subjects of that gambling without losing: old US silver coins. And theoretically, I could add coppers to this, but that's a whole nother discussion. Um, what you have in front of you is what's commonly referred to as U.S. junk or constitutional silver. All the latest series of it, of course, being the Kennedy half dollars, Washington quarters, Roosevelt dimes, and Jefferson nickels from World War II. So at first, I'll get started with the smallest denomination, the nickel. In 1942, this one's a 44 though, the U.S. government needed to send nickel to armor manufacturers and munitions manufacturers, so they took all the nickel out of the coinage and put in 35% silver and then manganese and copper, and denoted these nickels by putting a P over the P, D, or S over the Monticello building on the back. If you ever catch one looking all dirty like this, and then you see the date with another mint mark, which would be a P, D, or S on the back, and the date is anywhere from 1942 to 1945, then if it meets all those criteria, then it is a silver war nickel and it's 35% silver. The next silver coin I have right here, sorry, I gotta, handle these carefully for a YouTube video because I can't see them, only you can, this is a Roosevelt dime. These are probably the most common silver coin to find in circulation, aside from these war nickels. These were produced from 1946 to 1964 in silver, and were then produced beyond in copper nickel. In fact, we still produce them today to this exact same design. Very small, worth actually about $2 of silver right there. Next, we have the Washington quarter. This was made still till about 1999. The mint mark is down here on all the silver quarters. And this one was made in 1950. Also, I have to note, the mint mark for the silver dimes will be down there by the torch. This one doesn't have one, but instead of on the front side like on modern ones, on the old ones, they'd be down here by the torch. Anyway, back to the quarter. These ones, were produced from 1932 to 1964 in silver, and then to 1999 in copper nickel clad. These are worth about $5 routine of silver, at least the one I can tell. And now we get up to the biggest coin that one could expect to find in circulation. This is a 1964, the only year they were ever produced, in 90% silver, Kennedy half dollar. Now, these are about $10 worth of silver. They're the second biggest U.S. silver coin, at least in modern circulation, and are the second biggest of all the silver coins. So, on these, the mint mark would actually be down there by the feathers of the eagle, but since it's not, we can assume it's made in Philadelphia. And then these were made in only 64, so these silver Kennedys were, but other types of half dollars have been produced before then, same with dimes and quarters. Then we get to an interesting coin. The second of the reduced content coins, where this was a special issue. This was kind of circulation issue for the time period. These are 40% silver half dollars. So basically in 1965, when we redid the coinage into being copper nickel instead of metal based, we decided that a copper nickel half dollar was just way too much money to be like putting into a coin. So we decided to just reduce the silver content in the half dollar to 40%. And as you can see, you can't see, but the mint mark will be right there on them, like it is on modern ones. But yeah, these are 40% of silver. Routinely, you can find these two when hunting half dollars, these usually being the more common type. And although unhunted half dollars are quite rare, I know personally I've tried, but I've never been able to secure half dollars that haven't been hunted, because even this is like $5 of just metal content, and these are $10 of raw metal. So these coins are worth quite a bit in terms of metal value over the actual coin, over the face of the coin. But sometimes, depending on the type of coin, like for example, say this was a really nice quality Kennedy, nicer than it is, and this was really nice quality, or any of these were really nice quality, specifically this one, this could be a little more expensive in decent qualities. Not really expensive, just a little more expensive on mean than some of the other ones. Well, yeah, usually these things have just condition rarity. But anyway, I hope this was a little informative. You can actually go to banks. Now, I'd mainly ask for rolls of nickels and dimes and quarters, as half-dollar rolls are a little bit more painful for banks to acquire and can really be a downer moment if they've been hunted, because people will even take the ones that weren't meant for circulation out, as well as the silvers, and you'll just end up with a box full of modern stuff, but you won't really find much. You can also search for errors and varieties. I don't have any errors and varieties in front of me, but yeah, coin roll hunting is very viable if you want to like gamble without losing, because either way, if you get a bunch of coin rolls, you're going to end up with money on top of whatever historical artifacts you find. And if you don't find any of these little historical artifacts, then you will just have money back and you won't have lost a cent. It's just the way things work. You know, that's why people spend these too, because, I found silver dimes, quarters, and nickels in circulation, never any halves. People spend them just like modern coins, because specifically these two look almost exactly like their modern counterparts, except Georgie over here. Georgie does not. He has been modified a couple times in the statehood quarters, but you'll still find the 90s and before copper, nickel, eagle varieties. The nickels look almost like every other Jefferson nickel made before the year 2005. So, except for that mint mark over the Monticello building on the back. Anyway, I hope this has been really informative, and it's going to inspire some of you guys to just go out, ask your bank for rolls, and, just check through them and see what you can find, because if nothing else, you can leave these as wonderful little treasures for your children if you choose not to sell them in your lifetime, or, sell them for money, in case you decide not to cash out right away on your inevitable victories, because you will find some of these, I can bet you that. Anyway, catch you later. I'm going to go post the short so that this might get a little bit more attention. Yeah, that was my first idea, because, teaching people how to gamble without losing, that's going to get a couple views, isn't it? Well, anyway, I'll be back soon with more historical artifact videos, coin videos, historical place videos, just anything I can get. I will definitely share with you people. Anyway, for the time being, this is If These Old Beasts Could Talk. See you later.